Hey, Wheatfield. Welcome back to Tears and Wheat to Rose Show, where you show enough never know what you're going to get. This is a late night reading, and we are up for this late night session because we feel the energy and the spirit flowing. And so we figured we might as well get to going. Bring a little something out to kind of figure out what's, you know, this energy all about, I guess, in short. So, if you are returning, my returning wheat, welcome back, my wheat. What it be? I pray that you are well. I pray that all is well with thee. If you are new, welcome to you too. Welcome to the wheat field. I am Lati from Tears and Wheat Road Show. I think we said that, but just in case we didn't, uh, we are a channeled messenger. We are. We channel in the spirit with the Most High God, our eternal Lord of all, its infinite intelligence and the breath of life that connects all of us. Creation is whole, and from a wholeness standpoint, we read all of creation. That's really what it is. The Most High made all of creation with its infinite intelligence by its word or wisdom, and everything has a word on it, so we can read all the words. That's, in short, what we do. So, it could be slow. It could start out slow, like cooking with that old school Crisco, like back in the day when you had to get it out the can and put it in the pan and warm it up, and the Most High come in and put some heat on it, and we get to cooking, we get to frying. We don't know how it's going to be, considering that it's like pretty late in this now, right? Well, in what we would consider the next day. So anywho, we don't know what kind of frying we really gonna do. It might be a slow cooker kind of session, because out of respect for the house that's pretty much still asleep or resting in this tight space and time. So we got some cards on the table, and Spirit said that we gonna put some of these away. Yeah, was not needed. We're going to put them away. And then we're going to talk about some things that we need to bust up and break down as we rest to prepare to go in to the next day on the morrow, okay? So that's what we were feeling. And Spirit says, yes, that's what it is. So if y'all can hang on in there, if you can vibe, if you can rock with your girl, I want to rock with you all night. I don't know what kind of read this gonna be, y'all, because I dance you in the I heard do something else to you to the sunlight. So what? Okay. We did get the Kipper out, so that could be a thing. So we see some mindful message too. Somebody might have you on a mind weed. I don't know. We gonna see how it go. Look, how to crack it open and try to hit the table. Okay. So let's go now and get a little bit of prayer. We gonna put these away, and then do you wanna pray now? Yes, well, we always pray now. I know that's right. So thank you so much to our eternal Lord of all. Yes, my awareness that you are with us in the kingdom, my highest self. And I reach out to my highest self, to my spiritual team, yes, to help guide us on this message. I ask you to come into activation, into the forefront, and protect me as we move forward. Guide me, guide me, guide me. Thank you. I appreciate you connecting me and making me aware of the infinite intelligence of the all, the breath of life that fills and connects us all, and that we were all called by the eternal Lord of all of creation, and that creation itself is whole, and I am a pixel of it, and as a surrendered pixel, as a pixel, I am surrendered to be used as a messenger, yes, for the Most High to bring messages onto me for edification, self-edification, that I may edify the source, and that edification is given out to the weak. We know that heaven has come to earth to reside in earth and on earth to do a work, a service that we remember not, we don't remember, but we go through this experience as a journey in order to remember what we've already forgotten. We surrender onto the work. We seek you, Father, for your guidance so that we can be led into service. Yes, because that is what this is about, to learn who we are, what we were sent here to do, and to get on the way of doing that business, Ashe. So, Father, if you would lead me in delivering a message onto your wheat field, first onto self-edification, so that I may edify you, that I deliver that onto your wheat appropriately, so that they may be edified, so that they edify you, that we come together in these principles, Father, yes, so that we can magnify ourselves and give that back onto you, onto creation, onto the intelligence of the all, filled it with the breath of life, yes, have it move all the way up, so that we can match our frequency as we journey our track back to you. Each of us in our own way. Thank you, uniquely made. And we be in alignment and ready for service. Will you please give us your ashe? Protect us, guide us, protect us, hold us, keep us. Anything, keep us from anything that would come against us in this message. Anything that would seek to disillude, to confuse, to distort, cause disillusion or conflict, chaos in this space, be blinded out, that we shine so bright that our light, our lumens, block it out, blind it out, that it cannot even see, that it be turned back and blinded and sent back to thee which sent it. Yes, have it bound there, cast it down, bind it up and cast it down, Father. Yes, yes, yes. If there's anything else I should pray for protection, for alignment, please grant me the words to say. And if we be in alignment, Father, please seal us with your ashe. Source says to release your anger, to offer it up, to offer it up, offer it up, offer it up. In goodness, grace is coming. Grace is come. Grace coming, no. Come, yes, yes. Offer up your anger, for grace is not coming. Grace has come. Yes. Ashe. 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 Is someone's anger bringing them down, like they can't breathe, like they don't have air to breathe or space, I feel, to breathe? I feel somebody is like almost tight, confined, pushed within to self, isolation. unable to feel space to just to be peace, comfort. I feel love, to feel loved, comforted, held. I feel like somebody wants to be held. And all I'm hearing is song all night long, all night, all night long. Like they just want to be held all night long, wrapped in comfort into like a loving embrace. But I also feel anger and hurt. Is it, what is it? Grief. Yes, I feel grief. Yes. Maybe they're held back and blocked because of grief. And I feel like they're blocking people away from them, like, or others are shying away from them. Like the emotion of it is so. I always almost hear rah rah, like the what's coming, and it's repelling people, I feel. Yeah, I feel like it's repelling people. Source says to release your confusion and your anger. It feels like it's going back and forth and back and forth and back and forth. Like it's a mix of emotion that's inside of the anger. I hear abandonment. I hear grief. I hear loss. I hear confusion. I hear chaos and conflict. I hear lies and expectations of others, blocking self actualization, blocking the truth, is blocking the truth of truth of who you are, your authenticity. Yes, I feel, and it's stuck. It's like you can feel your trueness, your realness, but it's something blocking, I believe, in your heart chakra, which is why we took out the chakra cards. Yeah, Father wanted us to pull the chakra deck. And I thought that that was fitting, especially going into, we are in the new cycle and we are discovering our pathway forward. So we got our light worker soul journey. We have love and starseed also here on the table. But to get to that, we have to discover like what is in this heart space for the Kipper that may be keeping you up all night long or wanting to be held, like that inclusion. I see Empress Justice with protection on the table as well, but I'm drawn to the Empress in terms of creation. I also see on the Wisdom Oracle co-create. That's another one that I'm feeling. And there's something blocking either for you to be able to bring forth your trueness, your authenticity, your realness. And I'm also called to I know there's something in the mindful message for us to be mindful of. I see the angel oracle says yes, but there's what are my important values? How are they reflected in my life and in my daily decisions? I feel like somebody is ruminating over that space. So we have reflection cards out as well. And the question was, if you were to go back 10 years and tell yourself one thing, what would that thing be? Yes. And I feel energy over here, like somebody observant, that mind's eye, looking at yourself, the eye from the observation. Who in your life are you most grateful for? Feeling that all night long energy, like either wanting to be held or comforted all night long. And who in your life are you most grateful for? Maybe that's a person that you're thinking about. What message would you put on a billboard? Maybe you want to blast it out, get it out, say it out for other people to see. That I feel like, is there something else in here? This. Is it this? Huh. And this is one of the cards that is like, one of the ones that's like just included in the box. But it says, continue your personal reflection. This one? Or this? No. Is it this? Yeah. Continue your personal reflection practice with, it's an app, but it's saying continue your personal reflection practice. A journal guides your personal growth each month. So like you should be scribing, you should be writing things down. Maybe the Father is saying that you should get a journal and yeah. So this right here is that blue is resilience. Maybe you are resistant to something, or no, journaling will help you see your resiliency. Like maybe sometimes you just need to write it out, like list, not just to say like past experiences, but even to, I guess, yeah, look at your past experiences and see how the Father has brought you out, or you have come through using your perseverance. I feel how you were tenacious in the past and come through things that'll give you a reference point to say, if the Father, we came out before and we made it through, then we can do it now. We can do it again. We can do it too, right? Yeah, again, we flipped and this reflection came right back up. You see, this card is not even like one that's really, but it's like a menu card to lead you somewhere else. I feel like it's a message in that too. Like to do the reflection, the journaling will lead you somewhere else. It is a part of your journey. And I'm seeing now the soul's journey deck. Yes, it's something that's in that space that's going to lead you. Can we put this one? Oh wait, do we have the card out? The box. This goes in there. It's right there. Get this one. So, a collection of questions for deeper discussion. So let's deepen the discussion and really see what Father is pulling us to. We can put this deck away. Thank you, Father. Thank you. Using the breath of life. Yes, please. Is it in here? This one? Either one of these? Both of them? Okay, let's look at it. Imagine you were told you'd lose your sense of hearing within 1 year. What would you want to listen to before that happens? What would you want to listen to? Listen to your intuition before you can no longer hear the voice of God, your eternal Why does it feel chaotic? What is this energy? What is this? Is it, please discern. The infinite intelligence of the all can write, can scribe. The eternal Lord of all of creation can scribe. Yes, please scribe and discern for clarity. Is it now? Stop. Stop. Yes. Go. Is this the end? Forward? What is this? Pay attention. Yes. Is this focus? Focus. Now, start. Pay attention and focus. Okay. So we're supposed to pay attention and focus to what we're hearing from you now before we are unable to do so. Is that right? Now, to focus on what we're hearing from you. Start to focus on what we're hearing from you. Yes. Thank you. Thank you. Ashe. Whose lives do you think you profoundly affected with your words? We talked about words earlier today. We did. We talked about your inner voice, your inner hearing. Energy, yes. How do you speak to your energy? How do you observe and see your energy? INNERG, your inner goddess, your inner goddess. How you, your highest self, yes. The peace, the light, your pixel. How would you describe your ideal physique? I looked at that as I hear vessel. Yes, we got some other little stuff in here too. We didn't get them all out. Oh, these are other menu cards. I need them. Is there something in there? Yeah. Write your own question here, and the card is blank. So what would you question yourself? Like, again, like, if it was, you could go back and talk to yourself from 10 years ago, what would you say to you? Do you have an ideal physique? Are you a person that has like a, you know, a type, you know, like, or do you feel like you are in your ideal physique? That's a whole thing too. Do you want to put these over here? Okay. You want to get these now? Which one? This one. On couch. We got Michael on the table too. So it could be, you know, that's a theme, you know, with people being very comfortable with self. The top energy said take time to breathe out. And that's going to rest and meditation, you know, to really think about these things in terms of journaling, asking self questions. What would you say to your 10-year-old yourself from 10 years ago? Like, are you thinking about your ideal physique? I mean, we're 10 years later and we age, you know what I mean? And emotions running high. We definitely felt someone was emotional, having that feeling, sentiment of just like a chaos, a myriad of feelings, right? It feels like, you know, again, that sense of abandonment and disconnected. You're not wanting connectivity, wanting to be held, wanting to be close to someone, wanting inclusion and compassion, support, I feel, you know, and feeling like potentially injustices have been done. I do see the table, but communication is key. And I believe this is communication and how you're speaking to self, how you're speaking to your inner self, your highest self. How is that happening? What are you saying? Is it even in fairness and truth, I feel? And was it this or what is it? This top one? Okay. The answers that you need are coming. Maybe, again, you are questioning self. Some may be questioning self. Some are being advised to begin questioning self. And some are, if you're questioning, then you're seeking the answers. And ensure that you're seeking inside, Again, being very inquisitive of you and looking at what the advice is, what you're being told, because adjustments are required, is here, and bring love into the situation. Loving thoughts, I feel, and energy is gaining momentum. Someone's, anxiety or pain, I feel like panic could be increasing. Your dreams need a practical plan. That's one that fell out on the floor. Again, that could be, along with being mindful and what are my most important values and how are they reflected in my daily life and decisions? Are your daily decisions supportive of what your dreams are? Or are they causing you a conflict? Father says to step out of your comfort zone. Maybe in your mind space that you are constantly, resisting, I feel step out of your comfort zone, like you are in this space where, that's what you have defined, right? And having a challenge with releasing that, like breaking the bonds of what you already know. You know what I mean? And that's a part of the internal speech, like being so self-assured. Again, like the conflict of your inner knowing, like what you think you know. But going through the truth of what you've been through from a journaling standpoint, maybe you get a chance to see it and see it in a different way that illuminates something else for you. We've got intentions and create. We have intentions and create, and here we still have this energy of co-create. So and underneath that is no peace like home. No peace like home. And community is here. And again, that's like that feeling of wanting to be connected. I don't know if it's to a soul tribe, your actual family. We have high priestess, mystic power, harnessing that, and being fearless and standing strong. To remember that you have power internally, like your spirit space, your kingdom space. Your highest self has power. But to see where you've come from, you're a warrior, I feel, and you have the ability to persevere, but maybe you are feeling downtrodden right now, like you feel, again, that abandonment, that chaos, that, wanting to be included, wanting to be understood, wanting to be held, I hear all night long, all night. And that's crazy because I am not like a big Lionel Richie fan. Is there anything in here? This, no. Okay. Yeah, so definitely feel that for someone. Father says it's time to really transmute your anger, to kind of listen to the messages that you are receiving from your spirit space at this time. And before you can no longer hear it. And I feel like before everything gets so loud that you can't hear, right? Like oftentimes things in our life can get so heavy that you lose touch with your ability to hear the Father and hear the good advice, right? And we hold on to past events, and maybe that's a part of journaling that you need to do, to write it out so that you can release them. You can physically see what it is that's kind of like all these different events that's in here, and chop them up and so you can get it out, because I do feel that there is a never-ending story here of chaos and conflict that's pushing you back into a square one, ground one, root level type of scenario. I feel that somebody is like in that almost a dark night of the soul kind of space, like where you are discovering how all of these events and trials and tribulations and situations have led you to this place for self-discovery, for learning, for recognition. And it is in the now to really face all that there is. And whether it is like, what I should have known from 10, 20 years ago or 10 years ago, what is those decisions? What did you value? What were my values, and or what are my values, and how are they reflected in my life, in my decisions that shape the look of my life now, I feel. And we may have the sentiment of, I feel, yeah, this right here. This text, it's a great book. I read it last summer. You are the best thing. And then you see that it is vulnerability, shame, resilience. We saw resilience and the Black experience. And sometimes feeling the need to be resilient it's a double-edged sword. It is. Anything left in here? No. Okay. We see milk and honey, and we see judgment. Again, I had a split on to be fair, and I feel like fair with self, doing a proper analysis, like, again, with that writing things down, the journaling will help you get a good perspective on how to analyze these experiences and see what's not for you. See what's not for you, and we see exchange again, whether things are balanced, giving and receiving, and then again, Father says, give up the anger, give up the chaos, like the resistance to the now and what's happening. Being able to use the space in this time to bust down some of those blockages. What is blocking you, beloved? What's blocking you? Let's get this down here some more. Which one will you want to go to now? Angel or the book, this tarot? Not this one, this one. So, we saw something is not for you, and maybe, something's not for you, no, and change, you're being required to change, and maybe you will start to see some benefit of journaling, of self-reflection within the next few weeks. Father says a main principle is forgiveness. We saw releasing shame and vulnerability. A lot of that has to do with self-forgiveness. I do hear others, but when we look at what we should have asked ourselves, or what we could ask ourselves from our if I was to talk to myself from 10 years ago, and I could ask questions, I could converse, I may have some things from that conversation and enlightenment. Again, the shame, the vulnerability, a feeling of abandonment, the grief, the guilt, I hear, over past decisions that, you know, shaped your daily life. You know, what were the values? Sometimes, you know, that is just not in alignment, and those decisions have repercussions. You know, they shape our lives. The choices that we make shape our lives, and it can lead to anger. It can make you feel like, you know, I keep getting presented with the same situations. I keep running into the same type of ending. Like the result of the cycle is the same with me in despair, feeling disconnected, feeling a need of, or a need of lack of comfort, of, you know, peace, to be held, to be wanting to be held. I feel romance. Maybe it's about somebody that you loved. Maybe, you know, again, it's coming back to love of self. You know, the Empress card is here, and it's justice. Again, that fairness. We saw to be fair. Look at this, right back out. Romance is definitely a love, because I was feeling that kipper. I was feeling all night long, someone wanting to be held all night long. Maybe somebody is looking for a new opportunity to be successful and asking the angels for help. And maybe that's why Father said to listen to the Lord now before there is no opportunity for you to listen. Maybe, you know, getting through your shadow work with your journaling and clearing some things up. You know, Father may be guiding you to do that. Yeah, trust. Father is saying to trust. I feel trust the process. But there's something in here that's definitely a no. Something in here Father is saying to release, to let go of. And we talked about the conflict of emotion, the anger, the grief, and I think it's probably over past decisions. You know, you are carrying around emotions that are blocking your chakras, and to come away from that. No? Do you want to put this away? No? You want to leave it out? Okay. You want this one? Do we put it away? Okay. We did see the Empress. We saw, what's that you want? Page of Swords. Is that a simple truth or a new truth? A small, learning something small, or starting to learn something? Or it's lies and deceit, because it's almost reversing a challenge. So we got a couple of things out. We got the Ten of Swords right here, betrayal, with the sun over that, right? And then we have the Ace of Cups, which is like the greatest love. So maybe lies and deceit that were found out, betrayal and the greatest love, or something like that. Maybe you were really in love with someone and you felt betrayed, or some sort of lies were found out. It was lies, betrayal, the sun. How does this go? This, 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 and so lies were illuminated that led to betrayal, a feeling or sentiment of betrayal. Yeah. And is it against someone that was very loving, or the greatest love, or their love? It was against a person that you really, really loved, or that was it wasn't supposed to be your love, but it was somebody that you really, really cared about, that you really loved. Let's see what fell on the floor. Yeah, somebody walked away. Somebody walked away. The love walked away. Yeah. Yeah, and we got the Nine of Cups here. That's like player type of energy, holding back, or just someone holding back. They pulled back their love and walked away, or they held back, or they walked away from somebody that was holding back in this loving situation. Or maybe you did, you know, maybe you, or somebody held back their love from you, and you had to walk away, you know. That could have been it. We see Page of Wands with lust. That's lust, judgment, conflict. This person that you had to walk away from because you had this huge cup of love and you were challenged by somebody that was holding back their love and you had to walk away. That was a challenge. Now somebody is feeling left out. This could be an old something from the past because I hear again that 10 years ago, like, this isn't new. Is it new? No. That's why past is the past. And I definitely see lust here. This card just look like they holding something. Like, look at that wand. Look at it. Don't it look like... Just saying. This person was conflicted. In a judgment, a choice was made. This one, is it in here? This. This. Okay, which one? Is it this? Ten of Cups. Somebody that you... This could have been a Ten of Cups situation, or maybe they were telling you that it was a Ten of Cups, or them holding back, threw away the Ten of Cups. They put that whole Ten of Cups situation in a challenge. Or maybe they held back from something that they thought was the Ten of Cups. They looked at you like you were the Ten of Cups because you had this Ace of Cup love, but they were holding back. And maybe they walked away from you. Yeah, maybe that's the thing. Maybe they walked away from you. They feel like, what is the Sun with the betrayal? The lies came out and left you feeling betrayed. I feel. Yeah. Anything else? Something in that? Just drop the whole stack. Anything in here? All three of them? All three. Yeah. Okay, we got heartbreak. Somebody felt foolish. Maybe they want to start new. After this heartbreak, definitely heartbreak was here, and maybe they want to start new. We see the Fool, and maybe they were foolish about money. It could be like over a little bit of nothing. You know what I mean? We see foolishness. We see a little bit of money. We see lies and deceit. We see all being illuminated with betrayal. Or maybe this person felt foolish after the betrayal. You know what I mean? It was lies and something came out about it that left them feeling betrayed, and now they're feeling foolish with a little bit of nothing. With a little bit of nothing. That could be it too. But definitely strong heartache. And when Father said that, grief, anger, heartache, yeah. But somebody needs to be working in the spirit, or they are working. Yeah, probably looking at you. This Empress, we saw her earlier. And wanting, what is that? That romance, romantic feelings. Yeah, maybe wanting to fix it and fix things and can't, trying to figure out what to do. See? A vision, waiting for something to come in. Maybe some sort of truth, or that is the truth, Knight of Swords is here. Russian spirit kind of energy, but the High Priestess is a secret keeper. Maybe this person knows something, again, that intuition. But the Ace of Pentacles, the opportunity for this is in reverse. Maybe they know that the opportunity is in reverse, because here's that conflict again. Whatever this conflict is, maybe they are conflicted. They are conflicted because maybe they don't have the opportunity to get these ships to come in. They are standing there waiting, maybe with the vision, or the conflict is the fact that, I have a desire to wait for this, I can see it, I can envision it, I can look at it, I'm looking forward or dreaming about it. I feel like somebody's standing there or sitting there, just looking out and kind of daydreaming, not making plans, but they have a vision. Just could see it like a daydream almost, I feel, of what that abundance would look like. But in the deck, it was reversed. This right here was in the reverse. And look, that's the truth. Somebody was foolish. We see Seven of Wands. Somebody blocked something out, probably some type of romance, or they want to get past the block because you have them blocked, if that be the case. And Father said it's the truth. Maybe is this person being truthful? No, they're not being truthful. That's why this opportunity is in reverse. Maybe you see the truth. Again, somebody kind of looking, that's that plan and looking like developing a vision. Something that they may be thinking is like a Ten of Pentacles type of situation. But, yeah, definitely a romantic situation. Definitely. But it's something to it. It's something that I feel like it is that shadow work that needs to be done. Because I don't feel like this person is whole. I think that they are conflicted. I really do. I feel like they still holding something back, or they are not fully all the way there within self. It's something going on. But this is what they want. This is what they're thinking about. This is what they envision. This is what they see. Right? And that is the truth. But, yeah, the Emperor. We saw the Empress out earlier that had weighed the scales with the Justice. Yeah. The Emperor has got this type of energy. Sitting up there upset over spilled milk, over the lost opportunity. Probably was a major ass lie. I can't even get this off of this. This person is really feeling like this right here. I'm telling you, I felt that. I felt it. Yes, beloved. Anything else, Father, out of this deck? Anything in here? No. Where we going? This one? Mindful message? Okay. Thank you, Father, for using these cards as a tool to deliver the messages onto your wheat field. Let the message be edifying unto self, so that I may serve it up to you, source. Let it be edifying unto your wheat, so that they may serve you, our source of our creation. Let us come together over the message, the principle therein, so that we may magnify ourselves and be service unto you. So we have expansive, we have playfulness, we have casting spells, we have inspiration board with that planning, I feel, vision kind of thing, releasing anger. So 2-1, releasing anger. Because Father said that in the beginning, to release the anger. We definitely saw somebody with inspiration board. Now I saw somebody with an inspiration board. We saw the Three of Wands, someone who has a vision. Then the Two of Wands did come out after that for planning. Maybe you need to write things down. We saw Father talk about journaling. Not only journaling from the past so that you could release, but maybe you need to start brainstorming to prepare to go forward. We also see casting spells, watching your internal language. What are you saying? And maybe it's something that you are being too playful with. Either you need to lighten up on self, or maybe they are just not serious, I feel, about the shadow work that needs to be done so that they can truly move into this expansive type of mindset. Expansive. We saw goals, we saw planning, somebody wanting ships to come in to manifest something. But it feels like, again, that round and round and round, never ending story type of situation. So what are you saying to yourself? What are my most important values, and how are they reflected in my life and in my daily decisions? Everything that you say is going to end up coming out, it's going to manifest. It's what you're feeling, it's what you're thinking, it's what you're saying, so it's what's going to be called in. Father says recharge. Recharge. Invite magic into your life always. Again, thinking about how you speak it out with intentions is here to follow that up. Intentions we have, but wait, there's more. Maybe you don't see that there's more. That's the second one. Hold on lightly. It's also here. Did you want this one too? It's not personal. You are on a journey. Um, it's not personal. It's like releasing shame, releasing guilt. Like, don't take it so personally. You are on a journey for learning. You know, if you can see how you've been brought through in the past, you could tune in, beloved, and see how you've been brought through in the past. Just breathe. Relax, recharge, breathe, and you will see that there's more. But to get to the more, we do have to go in and sit and meditate and really do that shadow work. Yes, do the shadow work. Discover what your important values are. What are your values? What are your intentions? What are your desires? And being able to create from that space. Once you have a realization, you can create. But first, to get through whatever it is that you're projecting, what are you projecting? To release that. Know that you are unlimited. And even in that, there's more. Know that there is more. You want the kipper now? Okay. There's more. There's more. And there's more to this whole scenario. Because we saw some lies and betrayal and deceit. We did. Thank you, Father, for those cards. You send us messages to edify myself, to edify, so that I may edify you, edify your reason, that they may edify you. Let us come together over the principle of this message so that we may magnify ourselves and edify you. Do you want this? Yes, okay. An official decision. Somebody made a choice. They made a choice, I think, to block it out, to reject this gift, to reject the offering. Again, we saw that 8 of Cups. Somebody walked away. We saw the 5 of Cups. We saw somebody wanting to stay. That somebody was maybe childish. We see false is in reverse. Maybe the person, wait, is it this? This? Which one? Bring it back, Father, whatever it is. We see child. Child is in the mix. Back and forth type of energy. Back and forth. So it's like, yeah, maturity. They were not stable. I feel like they were very chaotic. Yeah. Do you want this? Anything in here? Anything else? No. Just childish. Okay. We see mature woman. Was this a female? Well, we don't know. Maybe they were in a feminine energy, you know, because energies can be, you know, they can flow either way. I can be in my masculine, or I can be in my feminine, or I can be balanced. That's what I'm trying to say. We see a decision. Somebody made a decision. We see courthouse, or it's just stopped here, but this was definitely a family situation, or somebody that, you know, you guys could have had a family with, but this person was immature, and the way that they worked in this, you know, just was not a good thing. We see occupation, and I don't know if their actual occupation or work had anything to do with it. No. Worked. Behind the scenes in chaos, like going back and forth behind the scenes. Yeah. So, and I think it caused distress how they were working, because this toil and labor is like, to me, like hard work, and it led to something bad, like bad health. Like, I think that probably was the demise, like what was in the lies and the deceit. Yeah, it was definitely something that happened in the family. Somebody that you felt like could have been family. This bad health is being pushed by a main male, and maybe somebody that had some unexpected income that, you know, dwindled or went away or something like that. Or maybe they used to have money and now they don't anymore. And maybe that was a part of, you know, their immaturity. I don't hear, is it debts? No, I don't feel that. I hear immaturity, like irresponsibility. Irresponsibility. Anything else? No. But definitely a major decision. A major decision. Because that's what happens in a courthouse. Somebody takes it to, you know, yeah, courthouse. A decision, major decision. Somebody worked hard on something that was not honorable, or maybe the person making the decision, you have high honor, or maybe they against somebody who was false. It's like ethics versus non-ethics, or morals versus no morals. Good versus evil. All of that type of energy, I feel. But it's definitely had something to do in a family. You know, I still see that Nine of Cups, knowing that it was a Ten of Cups situation. Yeah, look at that. Somebody, I feel suchy muchy. Yeah, this dude right here, false. Somebody that was proposing themselves to be high honor. Could be even military, we don't know, but it just feels like somebody that was high, like they was like, oh, I'm a good person, but they really are not. And it was a choice made about that. Maybe they were setting an improper expectation. Yeah. Lovers is here pushing the splitting the deck. Somebody made a decision, like an official decision, regarding this wealthy man that was proposing to be like having a good reputation, you know what I mean? Like a good dude, a straight up type of person, and they just wasn't. Like maybe they, you know, boast themselves up is what I feel. Like how somebody like boast their reputation up, but they were not. They were not a good person at all. Do you want this out on the table? Okay, we'll leave that out. Because we see this right here, but wait, there's more. I think it's going to be a whole nother different part to this right here. Yes. But Father says for you to remain positive. If that's you dealing with a situation where you had to walk away from someone, and I don't know if you have anger about it, this, if you, or you feel ashamed, or you looking at your decisions, in your life, or maybe this person is, the person that you had to walk away from, is really contemplating. That's what my spirit is resonating with, the fact that they are contemplating the decisions probably over the past 10 years. Like, what the heck has been going on? Like, where are my values at? Like, and really taking a hard look at that. And Father is saying that that's a good thing for them to do that. Yeah, and for them to do it before they can no longer hear. Like before the chaos and the conflict in themselves becomes so loud that they can't hear. What answer the call? What is your soul calling you to do? I think that is it for the wheat? No, it's for the tear. For them to answer the call. Like maybe this person, again, they're being spoken to in the spirit. Father said yes, to listen to the voice of God before you can no longer hear. So if the Father is calling you, then it's time for you to listen, before you can anymore. To stop overthinking things. Again, rumination, sitting in there in the anger and the maybe questioning again the last 10 years over and over and over and over again. What are the important values in my life? I feel like somebody is really questioning themselves over that, and maybe kicking themselves in the ass a little bit because like they lost something that was an Ace of Cups type of situation, and they feel you as their Ace of Cups, as their Empress. They are too an Emperor who probably was hurt in like a low vibration type of energy, and now they're like, I see where I fucked up. Like literally, I fucked up over the last decade. I done fucked that shit up, and now I'm sitting here in this situation, and I done lost a whole bunch of shit. My they done ate a cups my ass and walked off. I'm sitting here looking at 5 of them, and 3 of them is kicked over, and 2 of them behind me, and I can't even see the 2. And Father's saying to go in and say, what am I thankful for? This was turned into a challenge. They can't even see or maybe really discern what it is to have to be thankful for it. And that is a part of the journaling, to write things down so you can see, so that you can release, or they can see and they can release. So if you are cross watching, if you are cross watching and this is for you, Father says, Sasha, stop. She hitting my light. What if you didn't feel shame or fear? To release the vulnerability. This one. What is my worst fear? How does it limit my possibilities in life? Are you able to define those things and write them out and discover for, self-growth and edification, to really dig into that shadow work and get things in order? Listen to the Most High God. You have an intuition that's speaking to you. How do you show love to yourself? And how do you show that to other people? How have I become who I am? These are all good questions to kind of go through and journal on, to dig into that work. Father recommends the last 10 years of your life to listen, to think about it, to self-reflect on how did I get here. And again, if you didn't feel shame or fear, what would you do? What would you do? Would you release? Would you release? Would you release? Because Father says yes, but wait, there is more. There is more. So on the morrow, I think we'll be jumping into some chakra. We got quite a little lineup right here that we are already feeling. Chakra cards, 2 sets. See what the blockage is. Get some energy for that release. Go into the journey and how you can work your light. You are a starseed, and your power is the love. So I feel like that's the lineup that we're going to jump into. So thank you guys so much for just sitting here for this late night session. See what comes out as we analyze the energy that I was feeling. Again, the key things that I feel is to take away is definitely, do you want to get an angel message? Yes, let's pull in Michael and just see what is left in that. So far, we hear the Father feeling one of his wheat that is in Tare land. Yes. And maybe you are feeling like a Tare because, some things, you have made some decisions that were not so great. Maybe they didn't turn out so great. Maybe the situation that you're sitting in is not so great. Or you've lost something. You feel like you've been robbed of something. Or maybe you did rob somebody else of something. And you have a sentiment, a fear, a shame, a vulnerability about that. That anger, that conflict. You're conflicted about it. Like, maybe you have that feeling of wanting to repent, to deal with the fact that you caused this issue, that this situation I saw was, you created this, and now you have the ability to fix it, right? The person that you're asking about is trustworthy. Father says no, they are not, So you got something coming back at you from the past, my wheat, I would say no, don't trust it. A favorable outcome, I'm not feeling that. Decide to be happy now. Yes, I feel that we can always decide to be happy now. A favorable outcome is just a perspective. It may not be what you expect it to be. Like, it is just really the healing to come about in the whole thing. Lean on God and the angels for support. Again, listening to God right here. Forgive yourself. Maybe you did make some decisions that led to this situation, but forgiveness and self-forgiveness is still huge, huge, huge. It's not about right or wrong. It is about learning and growing and being able to discern. And that is something that you can believe and you can trust. But right now is to focus on the divine, on what God is saying to get yourself back to good. And I feel that down. Are they doing this? No, they have turned away. I feel almost in a sense like they are struggling to really hear the Father. Or even again to decide to be happy now, to get back into it. Self-respect wanted to pop out and take this time to make a decision because God is in charge. God is in charge. So to go back to a point where you can focus on that, to pull this like out into the forefront, I feel like somebody is not even considering that as an option. Like, I can't hear God, I can't focus. Create positive thoughts. Positive thoughts. Positive thoughts create positive results. Changing that inner language. Releasing what you writing down, what you journaling. Look at this. The eternal love. The Father is here to receive it. Receive your anger. Receive your guilt. Receive your vulnerability for you to offer it up in goodness and receive that grace. That grace will still come down onto you. Help me perceive all of the love that surrounds me so that I can feel safe receiving, expressing, and giving love. Somebody did not, We see confidence as an issue. Keep your eyes on your targeted intention. That goes back to that 3 of Wands, 2 of Wands, targeted intention. We saw target with the vision, envisioning, looking out, looking forward. Intention for me is the 2 of Wands. That's the planning, the coming together with, maybe started to put pen to paper. We talked about journaling, but to have confidence is a thing. To listen, to know that God is in charge in all things. Use your imagination and you will see the answer. Use your imagination. We saw vision, goals, somebody thinking, looking out. We were just saying that. And to get the answer from that and start to plan with the 2 of Wands, putting pen to paper is a thing. Forgive yourself. Again, you've done nothing wrong. Father says it like that because at the end of the day, it's all for learning. It's all for learning. I ask that you help me let go of self-blame and forgive myself. Please guide me in releasing any toxic anger or fear towards others. We saw in the mindful message 2 cards, release and release anger. Again, here it is, to release your toxic anger and fear towards others. You can't receive love if you're afraid of love, if you're holding it back. 9 of Cups is someone holding it back from a 10 of Cups situation. Somebody that you envisioned was your Ace of Cups person. Father is telling me to take a break, or maybe you need to take a break and sit and do that shadow work. Don't dim your light to fit in. Maybe you weren't being your full self. Maybe, again, holding something back. That 9 of Cups, you not being your full you. Do something to change your energy. Saying yes to what changes your energy. Like journaling, like listening to the Father. So that you can discover this right here. What are you holding on to? Because Sisterhood of the Rose is here. Priestess, mystic teacher. Somebody who's longing for home. Maybe you have a gift. We saw Answer the Call come out earlier. Are you answering the call of the Most High? The Most High is speaking to you. What lights you up? That's something to be discovered. It could be thinking about this love. It could be a talent. It could be, your gift that's awakening. Maybe you are being lit up. Maybe the situation was called to light you up. We see priestess coming out again. How are you being called to step up? We have the warrior woman, and have you answered your deepest calling? Have you answered your deepest calling? So the Father is calling for you to activate yourself in this space, but in a sense that you are doing some deep shadow work, some discovery, some journaling, some listening, some tuning yourself, reflection over, we see persuasion, but that's not it. I feel that reflection, we were saying when Father brought the questioning, the last 10 years, and looking at that deeply to see what was impacting, what were your values, what were the decisions that led to this space, and what can you hear from the Father speaking to you now in this day. And as you do that and you write those things out, you will see that you will have the ability to see the answers. You'll be able to see it. And then you'll be able to forgive yourself, I feel, once you can see it. I still see the Three of Wands, the looking out, the vision. Maybe you're looking out instead of looking within. That could also be a thing, But I just feel like it's vision there, like someone envisioning. Having a vision, and with the Two of Wands, the planning and that coming together, God says lean on your angels for support and that the Father is in charge. You can have confidence in that. You may not feel like you're safe, but you are. You are safe because you're held in all of creation, and honestly, you can't really get this thing wrong. We make decisions that will change our path, change our trajectory. We can have people decide that they don't want to participate with us and choose that route. And that could very well be the case. We saw somebody who had put up a block and walked away, that Eight of Cups. Someone's feeling in that Five of Cups situation or space. And that could be the thing. But doing the shadow work, you never know what is what, because Father says an eternal love is here. We saw a match with the Emperor and the Empress, but we do see theft and betrayal and lies and deceit that's here. So whether the forgiveness that you get from self is just really what's needed to dig those things out, break up those blockages, and so that you can move forward despite whatever it is, right? Father says remain positive, that helpful people are around, and I feel like that's always in the spirit. And of course, always there's more. There's always, 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 always more. Always more. And don't rob yourself of that. I mean, things go the way that they went, and maybe this opportunity, was stolen away, and it could be, again, what was done in the community by this mature man or a mature person, a mature masculine energy, Not always a good reader. Don't always sound fun and sound great, but it's just what we need to hear. Especially if something happened, lies and deceit, somebody working in I hear vain or lustful type of way, and it caused someone to block out the relationship and walk away from it, to change things. It leads you to change. It does. It pushes you to change, and that's what the Tares do. They change you. They are for you to recognize pieces of self that you are currently unable to see. They project something back to you for your learning. But to forgive yourself, to release the anger is critical because you continue to manifest from your thoughts. You continue to manifest from your thoughts. We see, high honor. Maybe you are trying to switch your energy, and change some things around. And that eternal love forgiveness is here. Maybe they want a new chance, or you want a new chance, a new opportunity. But I just still feel like it's so much work to be done. And sometimes what was happened with those lies and that 10 of swords, like all 10 swords, that's a lot for anybody, especially if that person has already walked away and blocked some stuff out. Maybe they are just like that deal to you. Privileged. Look at her. She just sitting up there pretty and, a privileged lady. So she could probably have her pick, And so to go back to something like that where it was like that, or, whichever way it go, flip it, flop it, how it resonates. To go back to that, to journey back into the past, I wouldn't recommend. That's just me. Oftentimes it just don't work out. We got house here, somebody feeling like they want to come home. Or maybe they feel like you are home. Or a house is not a home. Because that's what I feel. A house is not a home when there's no one there to hold you tight. Ain't no one there you can kiss. Good night. Somebody may need to just accept that no, that situation will not improve because it is not the right time. And if it's a soul connection, you guys will probably figure it out. Maybe do it again in another lifetime. Not this one. That was jacked. Father say meditation will bring some answers again. I said the next lifetime. Father said in the near future. Y'all gonna have to wait. Maybe have to wait and listen to your intuition, because doing it this time is very unlikely. The only thing you can take action on, beloved, is doing that shadow work, listening to the Most High, looking for a sign. Listen, because the answer to this, no. I hear reassignment. Maybe it was to be the Ace of Cups. Maybe. And I can't even say to be, because if the Most High says that's what it is, that's what it is. And, everything for learning, everything for growth and learning. Because you definitely had a romance situation, but it's put you to a place where you're going to have to think and learn and grow and expand. Yes. Thank you guys so much for sitting with me. I know it's late. I know it was long. Whenever you get this, it's now, so it still be, good for your edification. And I hope that it helps someone. You know how your girl be. It's Tears and We Tarot show, where you show enough, never know what you're going to get, because all of it is just like a whole box of chocolates. It really is. Felt like it was a whole bunch of ingredients, but it came together, I think, like a little stew, a little pot roast, with some carrots and potatoes and some onions and all that stuff. Just all mixed up in there. Put some cornbread on the side, a little hot sauce. That'll let you know that's good for your soul. You know what I mean? So if you vibe, if you like the vibe, go ahead and subscribe. If you care about the message, or if you like it, you know what I mean, somebody might get some use out of it, share it out. If you like the, spill, want to come back in here every day, hit the bell. We do it fairly often. Yeah. So until the next now, know this, that I love you. I love you so much, just like I love me. And if this is you cross watching Tare, you still, I don't know. Okay. Because sometimes we can be our own tears. I mean, tears in weak Tare show. And the tears are sown in. Isn't that right? So, flip flop the energy, whichever way it may be. But until the next time I wheat, know this, you good, okay? Don't invite nothing back into your life that just already done showed you what it is. Usually it's still something going on with this. And in this situation, this person definitely is dealing with some anger, some chaotic feelings. And the Father is working with them. And the advice is for them to listen to the Father. Write down some stuff and reflect over these last 10 years and determine how their values and decisions have brought them into this situation, to use some self-love and surrenderance onto the Most High, like giving those emotions up in goodness and receiving some grace. So if you are thinking about taking a person back because that's what's in your heart, I would recommend you give them a season or so to do some self-reflection and some self-work. Let them show you what the changes are to be self-approved before you do anything that might impact your peace or goodness onto you. Don't call in nobody else's karma onto you. I mean, it comes with it. I mean, like, you open the door to one and seven more come on in too. Just be careful about that, who you open your door to. That's what the Father say. Be careful about who you open your door to. So to the next now, we're going to call this one an Ashe. Mwah.